In website design, there are a certain style or a certain group of headings and styling, yes, that we use when we use text. And they've become very ingrained in the website design world. I'll go through that first and then show you how this relates to what we call the global typography. Create a new block and then bring in, let's say, 7 text elements. Yes, 7. 1, 2, 3. And we can count, but I'll get confused. So 6. I don't count out loud, I won't remember. I'll type the first one and I'll say paragraph text. Then select the next one. I'll type in heading. And for this one, you can just sit back with your cup of coffee and look what I'm doing so that you can understand how this works. Heading 3, then heading 4, heading 5, in opskrif nummer 6. There we go. Select the first one, go to the T for typography, and under typography, you will see it is set to a paragraph style. And that is because every time you bring in a new text element, all of them will take their style from paragraph. We go to heading, T for typography, and select from the drop-down the one that says heading 1. We want to assign heading 1 to heading 1. Aha! We do the same for the other guys that are left. Heading 2 goes on 2. And this is how you build out a hierarchy of styles. There's a little bit more here, which I will show you soon. Traditionally, when Brizy first started, this was a pure styling function. It means that each of these were a different style. This one was bigger, smaller, etc. Even the fonts can change. But then later, a tag was added to it. Click on this one, go to the settings, and you will see HTML tag H1. Every time you select a heading 1 style, it will also automatically give you H1. Same for heading 2. Go to the settings, H2, and so forth. I'll go to heading 6. On the settings, you will see it's H6. What is an HTML tag? HTML tags are ways for Chrome, Bing, and other search engines to find the structure in your website. Many people think it's not that important anymore, but Google actually said this year they still use structure. When you are structuring your content on your page, it's important that your main thing on your page is a heading 1. And then your subsections are heading 2. And any bullets under them are heading 3 and so forth. Google really likes that. Actually, many people break that rule all the time, and many people who design don't even know about it. But just be aware that this is how you assign it. One part of it is the style, how it looks. And the second part is that HTML tag. So leave that one there. Now I have these. Where does this style come from? Go to Global Styling, and those presets that you have seen, they appear here on the left. So we have paragraph, and then we have a few others, which I didn't go into. Subtitle, above title, heading 1, heading 2, heading 3, all the way. If you recall, when we went into Blocksy, we also changed the font, and we call it a base font. Unfortunately, Brizy doesn't have a base font. I really wish there was a base font, because all I need to do then is change that font, and it will update all of them. Currently in Brizy, you will have to go and change all of these fonts. And the fonts we are looking for, remember, is Palanquin and Palanquin Dark. And you can reference that again in the document I gave you, the fonts Palanquin and Palanquin Dark. How we do this, let's go to paragraph. Select paragraph, and remember that's the paragraph text over here. And let's write a few more things. Write a few more things here so we can see the changes better. My typing is not too bad, and there I screw it up. Then go to Global Styling, select paragraph, and here we have the normal font options. Scroll until you get to Palanquin and select it, and look, it updates on the page immediately. In fact, anywhere on this page, like this one, what is this? Set to paragraph has now changed to Palanquin. I didn't touch it. I didn't change it to Palanquin, Global styling typography did the job. Thanks. Let's go back here because also observe that you can change the font, you can change the size, the weight, and you can set all of that here. The line height, let's scroll to this one here. If I reduce the line height, you can see it goes down a little bit. I'll put it on 1.7. I like that. And then you see the paragraph is actually set to medium. I'll put it on normal. And this is how you make those changes to your global typography. Also, very important is that you can do this on a responsive basis. Here you have tablet and you have mobile. Just remember, when you make those changes, you're not going to see it here because this is the desktop view. So when you want to make this setting on a tablet and mobile, you have to also click here to tablet and mobile. I've put in a request that these all can be linked. So when you choose tablet here, it automatically goes to tablet. You don't have to go down to the bottom, but currently it's a few extra steps. I'll put it back on desktop. We'll only focus on desktop at the moment. Scroll down to the bottom. Let's see for the rest. Go here and I'll go ahead and change all of them to Palanquin, the subtitle and the above title, because maybe they were used here somewhere. Like here, what is this? Host person, click on that. And it's an above title, right? So they have used it. It's a good idea that you change them. My voice is going. Let's go then and start with heading 1. And instead of Palanquin, I'm going to put it on Palanquin Dark. Do the same for heading 2, Palanquin Dark. But below that, I'm just going to put the rest on Palanquin. Again, it would have been awesome if we had something like a base font override that could just apply the one font to all of them. But in this case, we're going to do them all one by one. And there we go. We've changed all of these. We can go to the top, see how this looks. And you can decide, do you want to change the size of the fonts? Do you want to change the letter spacing? You can do all of that. I just wanted to change the font. I think the rest of the settings the developers gave us are pretty good here. So what we've done is that we've changed our global styling colors in the previous chapter. Now we've changed the font, the typography. So in the future, every time we bring in something new, we work here, it's going to be by default in Palanquin. We don't have to worry about that. Groovy. It's great. So we have made this our site by bringing in our corporate identity or our personal identity by the colors and then the fonts. But now we need to go and change the actual content. What shall we do first? Text or images? Let's see in the next chapter.